Are you a Star Wars fan? Do you want to watch the new movie? Well, we might have some bad news for you, but keep watching to find out more. We're going to be talking about how the movie release plans may be in doubt before the script is updated, but don't worry, we've got everything you need to know right here. Grab a seat and let's get started. First up, what's going on? We know that Lucasfilm's Star Wars live-action series continues to grow from The Mandalorian, and there are new corners of the in-universe timeline. However, we don't really know what's going on with the movies. The studio hasn't brought any new film updates to the Star Wars celebration in Anaheim that happened last month, which surprised a few people. What really surprised fans was when they found out that the 2023 movie, Rogue Squadron, is actually going to be pushed back because of some creative differences during the scriptwriting process. I wonder what those differences might have been. Since they're not going to be releasing the movie next year, we can safely say that we most likely won't be seeing the Star Wars galaxy for a few years now, unless we have Taika Waititi's movie coming to save the day and take over that 2023 slot. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, did say that this could be a possibility and that the studio was aiming to release Waititi's movie in late 2023, but nothing has been officially locked in. The other thing is that turnaround for that movie to be released is a bit too tight. I'm sorry, but it's still in the development stage. If you think about Rogue Squadron, they were supposed to start filming at the beginning of 2022 and then release the movie in December of 2023, which gave them around 2 years to get this project completed. I don't think they have that kind of time for Waititi's movie. Also, they said that they will be filming the movie in LA because that's where stagecraft tech is. You know, the stuff they're using for the show? Yeah, they want to use that in the movie for very obvious reasons. However, there is no news about how this project is going to roll out on camera, which is a bit concerning to fans. Also, Waititi has been really busy with promoting his Marvel movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, which is coming out on July 8th. Either way, it looks like his schedule is pretty full, right? Do you think he's going to have any time to get this new Star Wars movie completed? I mean, what happens when the dust settles? When everything with Thor calms down, will he be able to jump straight into his next big project for 2023? Well, we don't think it's going to happen because of the latest update from the movie's script. He's writing it with Krysty Wilson-Cairns. Speaking to Screen Rant, he told them that he was still writing the movie while he was also promoting his voice acting role in Toy Story's Lightyear. He's really trying to make sure it feels like a Star Wars movie, which means that he didn't feel he could just write anything and that it would work if you stick a Star Wars sticker on top of it. He is right about that because the franchise is massive and the fans are dedicated, so if you make the wrong movie, you're going to hear about it, to be honest. Also, he knows that there are certain elements that need to stay in the movie for it to be a Star Wars movie. This all basically means that Waititi and Wilson-Cairns are still working out the script, which likely means that the idea of having this movie ready for a late 2023 release seems highly unlikely, to be honest. Lucasfilm hasn't made any comments yet about the whole ordeal. They haven't said anything about the title or the casting either, and that last bit could take months because they would want to make sure that everything is perfect. This would be the latest Star Wars after the Skywalker saga ended in 2019. However, despite not knowing all of this, Kennedy has still come out with some possible hints about when this could all take place. She said that this movie will be diving deeper into the sequel trilogy era. She says that they're going to be moving further along from the sequels. They don't know how far out they'll be going from it, but they do know that they need to create a whole new saga, and that always ends up having a long conversation. I mean, they must have to figure out everything before they even start filming it, because everything in the saga will end up tying together somehow. I don't know, this all seems like a lot of work, and I'm not very confident in the 2023 release date, to be honest. How are you feeling about it? Do you think that there will be a Star Wars movie in 2023? Are you expecting it to come out later? Also, keep watching because we have some more Star Wars news that you're going to want to hear about. Alright, Deborah Chow wants to expand the universe. Deborah Chow is a Toronto-based filmmaker who signed on to direct all 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she had some great ideas for the Star Wars universe. One of her biggest plans was to convince Hayden Christensen to come back to the dark side as Darth Vader. The thing is, it had been nearly 15 years since he played Anakin Skywalker and his alter ego. Also, she managed to get Ewan McGregor to become attached to this new show because they are revisiting Kenobi. Well, this pushed her to get Christensen to come back to the show. She said that the show really needed him. After she directed the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, she hopped into her car and drove to his house to convince him to join the show. Apparently, it didn't take a lot of convincing because he was ready to explore how Vader would have evolved in the decade-long gap between The Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. Apparently, this character really stayed with him over the years, so he really didn't need to be convinced to join join the show, when filming began, he easily dove back into his role. They updated Vader's outfit, and he had to go through some pretty intense training to get back into shape so he can wield his lightsaber. Apparently, there is a Vader movement specialist. Yes, you heard that right. And they came in to make sure he was moving correctly. Wow, imagine someone coming in and telling you whether you're moving correctly when that used to be your character. Apparently, Christensen also had to think about how to add some youthfulness back into his character because he's aware that this Vader is older than the last one. He wanted to give viewers someone that also gave them strong Anakin vibes because this is a Vader at a different point in his life. Well, this is all going to be very interesting to watch, to be honest. Don't you think? Are you excited that they brought Christensen back? Also, they brought in a large new cast too. The biggest part about this show is that Chow wanted to bring in a more diverse cast. The biggest part is the Imperial Inquisitor, and that's played by Moses Ingram, who will be joining Vader in hunting down the Jedi. This role was a pretty big deal because it was one of the few black characters in the franchise, but it did bring out some racism that is still within the fanbase, which no one was happy to see. Several weeks ago, Ingram came out on social media and spoke about how she had received hundreds of hateful comments after the show premiered in May. She said that she won't be shying away from anything because of these people, but also she doesn't want to grin and bear it. That's understandable because this is ridiculous. This should not be a thing in 2022. Anyway, McGregor popped up and supported the Emmy-nominated actress afterward by posting a video saying she is a brilliant actor and he was speaking out against the hate. Chow also came out and said that it's upsetting that this is still happening. Also, Ingram is a brilliant actress and everyone loves her as a person. She also said that a lot of shows that are trying to be inclusive are getting a lot of hate for it at the moment. That's not fair because who gets to decide that there can't be colored people in a show or movie? Move on, we're all people, so I think everyone should be seen on TV. Chow also said to her, the Star Wars galaxy was always an inclusive place. You see so many walks of life, so why wouldn't it show in the casting as well? She's not wrong there. I mean, you're going to be shocked when you find out that all those other creatures are completely different from you. I don't know, it confuses me that some people actually get upset about things like this. There are better things to get upset about, like gas prices. Go get mad about those. Don't get mad at Ingram. Anyway, that's all we have for you today about Star Wars. Do you think the next movie will be out in 2023? What do you think about this new inclusive cast? Let us know down below.